Hey, I said I was going to make a video about this topic that I'm going to talk about. I actually wrote down a few things. Um, First, I'll read the status that I wrote down on my page, which inspired me to make this video. Okay, it says it seems like black females get some of the hardest criticism when we decide to do anything outside of the norm of ghetto or date outside our race as sellouts. It's ticking me off. Choosing to be different isn't a bad thing. It seems like I always got some of the nastiest criticism from my own race versus any other race out there, which is true. I thought it was I saw this post today and it was really annoying. I obviously don't agree it's true. I'm going to post a photo of it here. It's ridiculous. People see black women and see that they dye their hair, and it's just huh, well, she's trained to be white. She hates herself. That is so not true. It's not just black females. I don't hear a ton about it, but I've heard Latino females get stuff about that too, and Asian females, etc. If they go blonde, they're trying to be white or something, and them and it's just self-expression. Not everybody's doing that for insecurity, you know. Alright, so to my list. Thunderstorm! Oh my god, I'm so excited. A thunderstorm in October. Okay, back. I gotta focus now. Alright, back to my list. Is fake hair and fake nails, dark makeup. I'm talking about goths in general. Is that self-hate, especially for goths of color. I've had someone say that to me. They said they brought up the stereotype that any non-white goth that is into the gothic subculture, that means they usually hate their race, and they're trying to, not fit in with their race on purpose. And that's not true, because I just like metal and industrial and etc. I'm not a huge fan of the typical music that most black people are supposed to listen to. It just never was me, I just couldn't get into it. I heard it a lot growing up, and I'm just no. There are a couple things in hip hop that I like, but they're stuff like R&B and go-go. I really don't like it. What else is on my list? So yeah, about the hair, there's a lot of criticism saying if you wear fake hair, it's just people especially black females are looked down upon just because they have fake hair. Or it doesn't matter if you have natural hair or fake hair, just as long as you take care of your hair, period. Natural hair, this is a misconception about black people's hair, that the natural hair is gross. It's not. I mean, if it can be soft and nice to touch if it's taken care of right, not greasy or anything, and you just gotta take care of it right. You can't well, some people like relaxers, but they're very damaging, and yeah, I prefer not to deal with them, and I don't like the way they smell either. So but some people do use those things, and with relaxers, if you use it, you have to really watch out for your hair. Split ends are bad, and your hair can get burned off. Even with natural hair, like, yeah, it's a lot of work, but like, just take care of it, you know. But I'm not here to give like hair tips. I could, but no. Um, so something else I wrote. Oh, here's another thing. Dyeing, like I had some people tell me this before. Oh, your hair's red, so what are you trying to be like Rihanna? I'm like, no. Why would I try to be like her? I just felt like going red, you know, just being different. Well, that was back when I had red hair. Um, Another thing so with this thing, I don't like that people think just because um, a goth of color dyes their hair like a certain color, you're trying to be like some hip hop celebrity, whatever. Like, oh, you're trying to be like Little Kim. Oh, you're trying to be like Nicki Minaj. Oh, you're trying to be like Rihanna. And I'm like, no, that doesn't mean that. It just maybe you just decided to dye your hair. They're not the first people to dye their hair a different color from their natural hair color. I mean, sure, people think it's cooler now because they're doing it, but they're not the first. Just like with tattoos and piercings and all that, people were doing that before those people, like normal everyday people. Um, what else did I have on here? Oh, here's another one. Dating outside your race means you're a sellout. That's something that I hear too. I haven't heard anyone personally yell that at me, but I hear that a lot as well. That no, it does not mean you're a sellout. You can't help who you love. People should have the right to choose who they love, and you know that's what I think personally. I don't think love should be dictated by religion or by skin color or tradition, etc. Just love who you want to love, you know? You can't help it. Your heart beats for somebody. It's you know, there's for a reason, regardless of what they look like. I actually, my mother-in-law, she's in an interracial relationship, and she really loves the guy she's with. Like, I don't want to say his name because I don't want to put out people's names, but the guy she's with, he's a black male, and he's a really cool person. He's laid back. He's very intelligent. Um, like I enjoy conversation with him and with my mom-in-law, and you know we have dinner sometimes together and just you know chat and everything. So there's another thing I heard that white women are trying to take all the black men. That is not true because they, you know, some of them just you just can't help what you fall in love with. And with his mom, she's not with, or my mom-in-law, sorry, she's not with the guy she's with just because she's trying to prove a point. Like oh okay, I'm a white female and I'm gonna try to take all the men, or I want to prove a point that blah blah blah. There's no point to be proved. She just loves him. And same thing with me. Like, I'm not in an interracial relationship to prove a point. It's just him and me and my fiance, we met and sparks flew. Someone did make a comment that I really didn't like before I moved in with my fiance. It was a black male, and it was where I used to live, and I really hated that area. Mind you, this guy never talked to me ever, never acknowledged me or anything. And as soon as he sees me with my fiance, I don't even know the guy, he's made a little comment that I didn't hear, keep it in the race. I'm like, what? Really? So you don't acknowledge me or say hi to me, pretending like I'm a freak, and you have a problem with me being somebody else who treats me with respect. Yeah, okay. But we've had our incidences before. People just say rude stuff or just like stop and stare. I think I didn't mention this one where me and my fiance went to the mall together. If I mentioned it already, sorry. Um, we were walking past this group of black kids, whatever. Um, I'm assuming they were between the age range of 16, 23. And my fiance and I were holding hands talking about something lovey at that time. And some black guy said, "Oh, she like white boys." And I'm like, I mean, okay. I don't like just white guys, but I do like the one I'm with, so, I mean, really. I had another one in my mind that I totally forgot about. Oh, well, just saying in general, like, being an interracial couple has its challenges. Being a gothic couple has its challenges. So put these two together, it has challenges. But that's not gonna make, like, us separate or anything, because, you know, just makes us stronger over time. I always think about this, but I wish there were more goths in our area, and I wish there were more people of color goths too. When my fiance and I went to a club not too long ago, it was predominantly white, but people were still nice. And I saw one other black alternative person. She wasn't goth exactly. Well, she didn't have the goth attire. She could consider herself goth. But, I mean, she was nice to me, and I was nice to her, and she complimented my outfit and everything. And I'm not one of those people who see someone from my race and just like, oh, well, I'm too good for you, I'm not going to talk to you. That's not true. And that's another misconception about black goths. Like, when we go see other black goths in public or black alternative people, we're going to be like not wanting to talk to them because it looks like a typical thing where black people group together. And no, I don't care about that. That's ridiculous. Back where I used to live, there were a couple of black alternative guys who were in a band. So I talked to one of them. I didn't get to talk to the other one, but he was a really nice person, really laid back, really caring, and everybody liked him a lot. And he wasn't closed-minded at all. And so that's just, you know, I'm just clearing up that misconception that being in the gothic alternative scene means that you shut out people from your race. It's been a while since I heard anything about this, but the whole team light skin, team dark skin thing drives me nuts. I hate it so much. It's just like further segregating people even more. Like, I don't like it. There's some really gorgeous dark skinned people, and there's some really gorgeous light skinned people. They're not better than the other. It's just that's just how they are. I mean, no one's better than the other. So, I've had a couple of people tell me, like, oh, you're lucky because you're light skinned, you can do this and blah, blah. And I'm like, not really. It's not any better to me than anything else. Like, with lighter skin, still black, but with lighter skin, like, you can see my scars more and my wrinkles show up better. So, not really that great. But, like, I always thought, like, especially, like, I had this friend a long time ago, we're not really talking anymore, who, she had, like, this flawless dark black skin, and I always complimented her all the time. Like, man, you're so lucky. In the summer, I do get darker, and listen, if you want to text me, I do get darker, and I like it. People call it tanning. But yeah, like, the only problem I don't like about that is, like, when I'm wearing shades and I take them off, I have, like, color raccoon eyes. It really sucks. And surprisingly, this is really rare, I think, I do sunburn. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm a vampire. Yeah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I sunburn, so I don't like the sun too much. But I don't know, my skin's weird. It never cooperates with me a lot of the time. So the bottom line here is just be yourself. Do what makes you happy, you know. Don't let anyone try to take your happiness away, and just live and love, and that's it.